How's it going, everybody?
Hey,
Pablo.
and I'm Laura.
And tonight we're going to talk about some bread and butter things. Basically, bread and butter are things that we find on a regular basis that we turn, relatively quickly. We don't really hold on to these things too long. And that, the smaller things that you make smaller profit margins on, that kind of helps to, that's what pays the bills when you're waiting for that big ticket item to hit. So these are kind of your bill payers, the bread and butter of your company. Some of the things that we're going to talk about work for us. This is stuff that we find that works for us. May not work for you, and you got to find what works best for you. So I think we're just going to jump right into it, and then also talk about some stuff that we recently picked up that we were pretty excited about when we were sourcing just a couple days ago. So some pretty neat stuff, and hopefully this gives you guys some ideas, some brainstorming. So let's jump right into it and start off with the first thing. This is probably something that we've been using since the beginning.
Yeah, it's a George Foreman drip tray.
Mm-hmm.
You usually can find these in the plastic area at Goodwill.
Yep.
For pretty cheap. Sometimes, depending on the size, sometimes the larger ones like this will be 77 cents or 99 cents, but the smaller ones sometimes are 55 cents. So anywhere between 55 and 99. And
sometimes bundled.
Yeah, sometimes there'll be a couple of them together, plastic wrapped together, and you can you can sell these for anywhere, depending on the size, between like $9 to $13.
Yeah, and they're super lightweight, so they're always first class, and you don't have to worry about it breaking. It's plastic. It's you're gonna be fine. One of the good things about that, again, for those of you that are just new to the channel, welcome. And those of you that have viewed some of our videos before, we talked about how Goodwill, I believe it was our previous video, we talked about how the Goodwill has gone up on some of the prices kind of crazy. And there's some other things that you can find to make good profit on. And, it's stuff that they've overlooked. They're not thinking about George Foreman drip trays.
Right.
So we usually find those pennies, under $1 all day long. Sometimes when they're bundled, we get them for, $1 for like 3, and then we're in them for, 33 cents, and then we're selling them for $12. Again, we're not getting rich off of them, but those are still pretty decent margins there, and they don't last too long. They don't sit around too long. So here we are in the first quarter of the year, and we're looking to get it going again. Now that everybody's got Christmas and all that out of their minds, they're getting back to the essentials. And George Foreman's, of course, here it is, January again. A lot of people hitting up those New Year's resolutions, getting back in the gym, breaking out the George Foreman. Maybe they've moved recently and they figured, I don't have the tray. Let's go on eBay. And then they find that we have them. So, cool item to look for if you're in your local thrift stores and Goodwills. Just you see them, pick them up. And you won't be sorry. They're easy as all get out to list on your eBay too.
Yeah,
It's super fast to list. Something new that we're starting to get into a little bit more is ties. Ties are really abundant in thrift stores, Goodwills. You'll find them all the time. We had quite a few that we picked up here recently. Of course, with the colors, you get 50% off on different weeks with the different colors. Well, so we picked up quite a few for half off, and we came across 2 of these, and they're the of course, they're always all silk. But if you can see right here, this is from the Men's Warehouse. Still has the original tag on there. See if you can see that. So $42.99. We have less than $2 in it. I mean, just a great find like that. We were super excited to see that, and we have 2 of these. We're going to put them together, and we're going to be under the original marked price just to move them quicker. To have that and to let people see what it went for, at the actual store, that's going to help out a lot. So you find stuff like that all the time, new with tags. So that right there, that's a good find. That's a really good find. So that's our new little venture that we're trying to get into, about seeing with the bread and butter factor, seeing if we can move those quickly and make a decent little profit. Other things that we also get into, just real fast, something that we do and we've done, in the past, are replacement parts for things. So if, let's say, you find something at the store that is broken, somewhat broken, but just because it's broken, and we're talking about nicer qualities, okay? This right here is a blender, but not just any real blender. What it is this is what you will find in a lot of the juicers and smoothie type shops and stuff like that.
Commercial grade.
It's commercial grade, as you can see right there. I mean, that's a big boy. So that's not your everyday home usage, but this right here, we should easily be able to get 3 times our investment on that.
And whenever we
Maybe
found
more.
this, it was the whole blender. It was the base, the motor that he just showed you, the actual blender portion that you would put the liquid and everything in, and this top. But we noticed that the pitcher was damaged. It looks like the blade maybe came loose and has scratched the inside of it. So we're going to part it out instead of selling it as one whole unit. So we have this also to post, which is the lid for the blender.
The lid alone right there could very well get our money back for what we spent for the entire unit.
Absolutely.
And this could be just fun, pure profit. And again, it's gonna be someone in a commercial industry with juicers or smoothies, things like that. Maybe theirs died. They need just a motor. Don't disregard something just because a part of it may be broken. If it's something to be a more commercial grade, or something that when it was originally at the store, you probably going to pay a couple $100s for, you'd be surprised that just parting it out could be pretty lucrative all in itself. So parting things out, not a bad idea. Also, and I had a charger somewhere. It was a Motorola Charger. That one we picked up for less than $1, 50 cents I think it was that we picked it up for. It was also half off. Look in your cable bins, because you'd be pretty surprised what these things can fetch. I mean, you get them for $1 or less than $1, and you could probably get about $10 for that.
Somebody's always losing one of these.
People are always losing stuff. You gotta remember, people losing stuff in the midst of moving. That's for a Panasonic
phone?
The charger.
The base
The
charger
base
for cordless phone.
Exactly.
We've been together for a really long
It's
time.
been
You can't tell.
It's
We're really good at Pictionary.
We're really good at
charades.
Pictionary. So just to recap, parting things out, from higher end equipment that you may just pass on, or maybe they didn't think to market correctly, because you can score those pretty nicely, because the Goodwill sees that they're broken. They're not going to mark it up as much. You can make a pretty penny.
Right.
Also, again,
Replacement parts.
replacement parts, yeah, do that. And then also venture out, get outside your comfort zone, do something different. We're going to do ties. We haven't really done ties that much. We've done a few in the past, but we're going to really dive into it harder and see what we can come up with. And now, do what works for you. Experiment a little bit. You don't have to invest a whole lot to see what works, what doesn't work. So give everything a shot. We're going to go really quickly into just a couple items that we had from our haul that we were pretty excited about. Goodwill, thrift stores, flea markets, stuff like that. Real quick.
One of the things that we picked up at the Goodwill is an infant carrier. You can slide your little baby in here and lug them around wherever. If it's like our situation, I had to carry my son around our house because he wouldn't let me put him down. But it holds a baby from 8 to 20 pounds. We're going to sell this actually locally, and
It's already sold.
I think I've already sold it. So you
Picked it up for a couple bucks, and
It was a half-off item at the Goodwill.
yeah, selling
they're
it for
great.
like
I love
15
these
bucks and selling it local. It's a no-brainer. It's easy. This right here was from a flea market. The box itself is it's a little rough. Definitely showing some wear. A vintage Sony product here. It is just, it's an electric book. It's called the Sony DD1EX, and I passed by it at first, and then I came back to it and looked at it again, and I saw the original tag. I mean, this was high end for its time. $500 is what it was brand new. So, vintage electronics like that, you can still fetch a pretty penny for. That's pretty cool. It has the original tag on there of $500. So, what we can make on it, we still have to do a little more research on it, but I think we're gonna be just fine. I picked it up for $10. I was talking with the lady about it, and she didn't know what it was, but she was fine with $10. I was fine with $10. I think we're going to do pretty good on that. A little more research to have to do, and again, it's got the original box. It's a little rough, but I think that'll be a good score for us. Also, pick this little guy up. If you see these, pick them up. They actually bring good money. This is the Oregon Scientific Globe.
It's like an interactive globe. It comes with a, hold it real quick.
Yep.
Like a little stylus pen.
And that's chargeable.
Yeah. So it might be dead right now.
We've been messing around with it.
So you can charge it with like a Samsung charger. It doesn't have a charger with it. But charge it, and then you turn it on and select whatever game or information that you want, and then you just press wherever on the globe and it'll give you the information. Earlier today I was listening to national anthems of different places, so that's why this is dead, because I was playing with it.
You can
cool.
You should look up the listings on these things, the completed sold listings on them. We've seen this very one right here sell for about $50 or so. We picked it up for less than $10. So good little score right there. Not too shabby. The last one that we're going to show for the night it's kind of heavy, but it was just one of those things that I couldn't leave it alone. So the inflatables.
Bounce houses, water
you have
slides,
for kids'
that kind of thing.
parties and stuff.
Be careful putting it on the table.
On a fan. This is the fan.
The air blower.
Yeah, heavy duty. Again, I love heavy duty kind of construction grade, or those really well built items. I mean, they go fast. So we have this kind of, in a sense, cross post to put on eBay, but we also decided to go ahead and put it on a local platform as well.
See what happens.
What we can get for it. We've seen some of them go for around $50. We picked this thing up for less than $8. It was a good score, and it's gonna go. How fast? I don't know. But it's gonna go, and it's gonna go for good money. If anything, I'll keep it. And in the summertime, in Georgia, it gets hot. So I'll just fan myself off with it, and I'll be nice and cool.
This guy loves his fans. That's for
I do
sure.
like my fans. But that's it for tonight. Appreciate you guys stopping in and checking in with us. Like, comment, share the post, do all those things. And comment some of your bread and butter things. If we didn't mention what you kind of like to use for your bread and butter, mention it. And love to hear what you guys use for your bread and butters. What you like to rest on and each month see go for a pretty good margin. So from us to you guys, have a great New Year's and put those goals up high. And we will see you next time. Peace.